Jessii Vee, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about a very creepy painting that a man bought at an antique store. He was so intrigued by it, brought it home, and saw as the painting was changing before his eyes. Obviously, when you buy a new art piece for your home, you expect it to stay the same. So I'm gonna be talking about that in just a bit, and it's so eerie right now because outside my window it's storming, so the house is super dark, it's really creepy outside, so it's just like the perfect atmosphere for this video. And you guys know how much I love talking about strange haunted paintings. Before I get started though, I just want to mention that today's video is sponsored by Care Of. So Care Of is a subscription service that ships high quality personalized vitamins, supplements, and powders to your door every single month. They are made with super good for you, clean ingredients that are backed by the latest science and research, so you can feel really good about what you're putting into your body. What's so cool and what I love about it the most is that if you're having trouble deciding what vitamins you may need or which ones you want to pick from on the website, Care Of has a quiz on their website that asks you questions about your diet, your lifestyle, your health goals, and then they're able to recommend you the right vitamins and supplements to help you reach those needs and those goals. Just to be super honest with you guys, I was not taking vitamins on a daily basis, and I noticed I was tired, I was low energy, I was just feeling kind of meh. So I went on to Care Of, I found the vitamins that I should be taking, and guys, look at how cute this packaging is. So Care Of has these little packages, and each package equals 1 day. So they're all pre-portioned for you, and I love that it has my name on it. It says, "Hi Jessii." I have 7 pills in here. The Care Of supplement that I can't live without is vitamin D. It's great for my bones and immune health, and it's an easy way to support my health when I'm not getting enough sun. And what's also a really cool feature is that on each of these packages there's a fact or like a really cool question. So today's question is, if you could have dinner with one person, living or dead, who would it be? My answer would be Tolkien. I love his work, I love his books, I am obsessed with him. But here is a close-up of my name so you can see, and you can see the vitamins actually right through the packaging. So I've been taking the Care Of vitamins for about 2 weeks now, and I definitely have noticed an improvement, and I'm just so happy that I've made this change in my routine. I also love the sustainability of their packaging. They're made from plant-based film, making them compostable, which I think is so cool. And I also just love the convenience of all of this. The fact that these vitamins come right to your door, and they're all pre-packaged for you for each day. It's like the easiest thing. It really just makes taking your vitamins fun, because I'm excited to see the fact or the question. So you guys should take Care Of's quiz and see what vitamins and supplements they recommend for you. So click on the link down below and use my code JessieVee for 50% off your first order with Care Of. I know you guys are gonna love it, and thanks so much again to Care Of for sponsoring today's video. Everything is linked down below for you guys. Okay, so let's talk about this very creepy painting. This story is called The Dark Castle. There was a man who enjoyed collecting antiques, and on weekends he would often drive to a small town nearby and search the side streets for a new antique shop. He went into this one dingy little store, and his eye was caught by this old framed picture. He picked it up and dusted it off, and he saw that it was a painting of a dark castle that stood on this barren, windswept hill. It was kind of a depressing looking landscape, but he was really intrigued by it because although the scene of the painting was gloomy and melancholy, there was something about it that fascinated him. He had never really seen anything like it before. But he did notice that the more and more he gazed at it, the more he had this sort of unsettling feeling. And then he noticed something very strange. The entire castle was bathed in darkness except for one small light in the window high up in the tall stone tower. The man wondered why anyone would paint an old castle like this with only one light on. So because he was so intrigued by this old painting, he walked up to the shopkeeper and asked him if he knew any of the history about it or if he could just tell him anything about it. And all the shopkeeper knew was that it was an old Scottish castle. He didn't know anything else. So the man bought the old painting and took it home with him. That evening, evening, he hung it over the fireplace in his home. There was no signature and no date on the picture, but when he was dusting it off, he found this small Latin inscription printed at the very corner of the frame. So he wrote it down and immediately called his friend, who apparently knew how to read Latin, and when he found out what that meant in English, he was even more puzzled. Apparently the phrase was, "Every century it shall be dark." This inscription made little sense to him, and after a while he just completely forgot about it. The painting hung in the man's home for many months, and whenever he held a party and invited friends over for dinner, he showed them the mysterious painting. It just made this really good conversation piece, and everyone who saw it was tempted to speculate as to why there was only one window that was lit up in the painting. One evening, the man was showing this painting to some of his guests when he noticed something about it that shocked him. Staring at the painting in disbelief, he realized that the window in the tower was dark. He examined it closely, trying to see if someone had painted over it or put like marker on it or something, but the black paint was old and chipped and cracked just like the rest of the painting. There was no sign that it had ever been touched or had anything placed over it, and this fact just made his skin crawl. After his guests left, the man went to bed. He was so creeped out about what happened to this mysterious painting. However, when he woke up the next morning and took a look at the painting, he saw that the window in the tower was lit up again, and so a chill went up his spine because he had no idea what was going on. But then he remembered that Latin inscription that said, "Every century it shall be dark." So he made a note of the date that it currently was, and he began to do some research about this old castle. Because he didn't know which one it exactly was, he had to do serious research into the history of every single Scottish castle and the legends associated with them, and eventually he discovered the following strange tale. The Dark Castle had belonged to an evil character who had two sons, but he hated his eldest son and kept him locked up in the dark and dreary tower, while his younger son lived in comfort and enjoyed all the wealth and pleasures he could give him. And after years and years of suffering, the imprisoned eldest son died in that little room high up in the tower. And the date of his death was exactly 500 years before the night that the window had gone dark on the painting. So it just shows you that every 100 years, so every century, that light in the painting goes dark because of what happened to that son. So in a way, this painting is cursed, it's haunted. Maybe this son's spirit attached to it. And it's so creepy that this man who bought this painting got to witness that. I mean, how confusing would that have been if you bought this, put it in your house, and one day the window's just dark after seeing it lit up for like such a long time? I think that is so creepy, but I'm so intrigued by it, and I wonder if this man got rid of the painting or if he kept it. I feel like I would keep it because to me that would make it even more special, and honestly I feel so bad for that eldest son that I wouldn't be creeped out by him. I would just have like sorrow for him, you know what I mean? Anyways, what's scary is that everywhere I found this story online, it says it's a true story. So I don't know about that. But yeah, that's the end of today's video. If you guys want me to continue doing videos on like old haunted paintings, give this video a thumbs up and let me know, and maybe comment one you want me to cover in the comments. And thank you once again to Care Up for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget to use my code JessieVee for 50% off your first order. I have linked everything down below. But I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!